Hey, so today I want to talk about Batman The Long Halloween animated adapted film. This film was actually released in two parts, parts 1 and 2. Both of them are like 1.5 hours long, so collectively, this is like a 3 hour long film. And I watched those films simultaneously when the second part actually released. And it was directed by Chris Palmer and I guess written by Tim Sheridan, but you don't care about that because these are like, they're like technical people, they're not like big name Hollywood. And this was also kind of directed to DVD. So, there are other animated films like Mask of Phantasm. There are big films like, Justice League War or like Flashpoint. Take any of your picks. Flashpoint, where the movie is actually backed by a strong budget and they wanna release it into a way that a lot of people can actually see and they try to generate hype. It was not like this for this film, but I think a subtle thing happened. This kind of became like an instant cult classic in that sense that people who are in the know, who have been waiting for the Long Halloween adaptation for a long time, this is it. And right off the bat, I'm gonna say that I love it. I really love it because even though I haven't seen a lot of Batman animated films, recent years they have kind of become stale. I think the last I saw was Gotham by Gaslight, which was actually fine. Before that, it was the horrendous adaptation of Killing Joke, which was half baked to say the least. And before that, I actually saw Frank Miller's his adaptation of Dark Knight Returns, and I've also seen other films. I think in this regard, fans and people kind of hold the Mask of Phantasm in highest of regards, and that is a great film because it has actually the animation style of the Batman animated series, and that holds a different kind of nostalgia in people's life. Also me, I was a huge fan of Batman the animated series, and it just works differently. It hits differently. But this film, sitting here in 2021, this is a really well done film, to be honest, because the film does very basic things but does them really well and really straightforward. What I mean by that is it follows the narrative of the Long Halloween. If you know how Long Halloween works, or if you've read Long Halloween, you're gonna know what to expect. But when it is portrayed in an animated manner, I almost feel like this works the best in this media. Because if you were to adapt in like a live action thing, I think it's gonna lose certain things. And I guess if you're in a realm of live action, I have to warn you, if you have not read the Long Halloween or know anything about Long Halloween, there are going to be a lot of plot lines that you're going to feel like, oh, I saw it in the Dark Knight, Nolan picked it up. Yes, absolutely. But it's not the other way around, because a lot of people might twist it and feel like it is done in a homage way of Dark Knight, but it's not it, because Nolan actually cherry picked those storylines from the Dark Knight, from the Long Halloween to his film Dark Knight. So a lot of the good scenes or good sequences might feel like a sort of like a deja vu, but it's not. It is actually done in Long Halloween first. So a Long Halloween is, for me, feel like one of the superior Batman storylines like ever told. I like Dark Knight Returns, but it always seemed a little funky to me, and especially the art style. I kind of never gelled with it. Yeah, it's still one of the greatest animated films in Batman canon, but it's kind of weird. But not here. The animation is very basic. There's no thrills and frills, but the storyline is so good, and the director and the writer kind of put it on autopilot. If you know about Long Halloween, you're gonna watch it, you're gonna love it, and that's that. One thing happens, you enjoy it, but you might not think that you are seeing something great or something really awesome when you're watching it. But after you turn it off and you kind of think about it, then you see like, oh, wow, that was really good. And as I've been gyrating in my brain and thinking about it constantly, it is one of the greatest. And I highly recommend it because it went direct to DVD, so you should definitely support this film. This is, I believe, one of the greatest adaptations of one of the greatest storyline in Batman canon ever told. So if any of this thing gel with you, there's no reason to pass it over. That's why I give the first part 4.5 out of 5 and the second part 5 out of 5. And you should definitely watch it if you're a Batman fan, if you're a comic fan, if you're a fan of animated films. it really gets any better than this, because it doesn't have no thrills, frills, or any kind of over the top tone, but this does what it does really well and really honestly, and that's what I like about it.